Music is the weapon, says Fela. Fela saw his brand of provocation in a song like Zombie, a song that he wrote after being persecuted in the most terrible way by the Nigerian dictator regime. He wrote a song that says that in describing the soldier, the same soldiers that were to throw his mother out of a second-story window, causing her to die from her injuries, these unknown soldiers, he called them zombies, lifeless beasts, who zombie no go unless you tell him to go. Zombie no go stop unless you tell him to stop. Zombie no go die unless you tell him to die. Fela's music was like a small child sticking out its tongue at power, but more than that, it was something that got into the minds, literally into the guts of the market women and men. Something that they would shout jeeringly at the convoys of soldiers that would go by. Did he know it would do this? And in some way, was that in fact his manipulation of the population? Or was he just genius in his intuiting that this is what the people needed? The people needed a voice. And they needed a voice that they could literally sing along with, party with, mourn with. And his music was that. His music was that voice, and that voice was that weapon.
How does it connect to us today?
How does the notion of music as a weapon connect with us today? I tremble when I try to answer this question. We live in a culture, and I'm speaking at once of the culture of the United States, but also a culture of the contemporary dance world, which is a branch of the contemporary art world, where there's still a debate as to are the arts as important as highways and hospitals? Now, Fela knew this in the deepest possible ways. The arts make themselves important by making themselves relevant, by making themselves something that the market women and men and children could have on their tongues, that would give them courage and focus. Do I dare even try in this art form that has carried me these 35 years, this world of contemporary dance and contemporary performance? Do I even dare think that I could make something that would have that kind of universal appeal? I have no choice but to try. I tremble. I tremble at the notion of relevance. I live in a highly relativistic society. If I can find the correct supporters, the correct people with discretionary cash to buy tickets, that's who I speak to. Fela, because of the nature of the music, because it was blasting in the streets, because it was everywhere, he had a megaphone that reached thousands and thousands of people at every level of society. No, they did not have to come into a theater and buy a ticket. It was literally in the air around them. So I look at Fela with something like envy, trepidation, and awe. Fela is a teacher for me. Fela is a teacher.